Keep tucking the chin, helps to create that line of energy. If you're done with your 50, do 5 more. Inhale fully and then take your hands forward. Hands can be on ankles. Exhale all the way to empty. And then pull belly in and up. Uddiyana. And then you're going to stay in a fold and just breathe normally before the second Uddiyana. So staying in the fold. See about lifting out of the hips, dragging the shoulders back, reaching chest through as if you were in a cobra. Pressing the soles of the feet together. Get a big breath. Jellyfish circumferential breath into the low mid back. And then exhale, another Uddiyana. Rolling belly in and up. Releasing belly, then the breath. Walk your torso back. Stretch your left leg out, right foot in, and you're in a chair, right, Penny? You can just shake your hand. Okay, you're getting down. So left leg out, right foot in. Take your right arm out, unlocking the shoulders. Pull the whole shoulder blade back and then down. And bend at the elbow, left hand on the inner elbow. And close your eyes and feel that violet light again. As if every compliment, every smile, every thank you you've ever received lives within you. When I tell somebody a compliment, I want them to receive it. I want them to feel it. So again, if it's hard for you to receive, then think about how you want your compliments to be uptaken, uptook. And pressing the hand into the elbow. Elbow into the hand. Spread out through the fingers and press up through left heel. And then half archer, reach your right arm up. Shoulder up, even a little side bend. And then bend at the elbow. Left hand rests on the elbow. It can be very soft here. Head pressing into that right arm, leaning into that right arm. Or by dragging the right shoulder blade down and keeping that tension of the right elbow reaching up, you can build. So a little bit more building or releasing, that's your own practice. And then next exhale, pull your belly back. And inhale, arms out to the side. And then exhale, left over right, eagle arms. You can round in. And then scoop up. Squeezing elbows together, reaching them forward. And then roll your chin or drop your chin in towards the chest. Accessing the back of the neck with that breath. You can imagine your breath having that little violet sheen. So the back of your neck is getting a little vibrancy. Inhale, lift the chin, reach the arms up. Roll out your wrists. And then take your hands down. So over that left leg. And fold. Can be hands more thigh level. Or walking your hands more knee level. This is a really nice stretch to QL. Kind of what attaches the right ribs to that right hip bone. So take that violet light, bring it into that right hip. We're thinking of the iris, like irises live in that right hip. So as you inhale, see, feel the vibrancy. And smell. Irises have different smells, each color. One of my favorite things about it. So imagine that. Even fragrance of violet light. And then another Uddiyana. Pulling belly in and up, reaching ribs forward. Releasing belly, then the breath. Walk your hands back and we'll do a straddle with a little wrist stretches. So your hands can be on your thighs or even given a little rub, a little warmth with both hands. And take your hands out in front of you. And then bring your fingertips down onto the floor. And maybe this is where you'll stay. Maybe one finger at a time, Penny. You can have it press into the floor. And if your flexibility allows, you're taking your palms down. I'm just going to angle the camera slightly more. So spreading out through the fingertips. Fingertips back towards the hips. Pressing the heels of the palms down. Wow, stretching all through that forearm, maybe even sides of the body. And then peel your hands back up, roll out your wrists. We're going to do another one with a couple breaths. So if you have a tender part, you can also just take your hands on your forearm. It's another thing you could do, Penny, and just like twist. You can move your wrist as you do that or spread your fingers. Kind of like when we do that with the thighs. Just twisting the muscle, the skin. And then walk yourself back up. Left foot into the right inner thigh. Left arm out. Bend at the elbow, right hand in that left inner elbow. Pressing elbow into hand, hand into elbow. Spreading through the fingertips. And as you're on another side here, go right into feeling. So there's that patient with the toddler mind. Feeling more than thinking. Flaring out the ribs side to side. See if you can drag that left shoulder down. Another micro movement. A little drag down and then squeeze of elbow into hand. And then inhale, reach up with the left arm. And then half archer, bend at the elbow, right hand. Just rest on that elbow. If you're attempting to bring your mind back, you can think of that flower or lifting up through the sternum and then gently resting your head into that left arm. Maybe that violet light is a tool for you today when you feel that it's harder for you to emanate it. What's going on in your body? What's going on in your mind? And it feels like it's dampened and it's back within your room. Inhale, arms out to the sides. Right over left. It's like with the breath, I notice the poses that I start to or stagger my breathing, but it's my little tool for knowing that. Like, oh, you're doing it. And then notice what I'm trying to move away from. Squeezing the elbows together, reaching them forward. Flaring out the upper back with breath, sides of the ribs. You can drop your chin in towards the chest and Breathe into the back of the neck. So the back of the neck is where that little information superhighway up to the brain, and then the brain back into the body. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your arms. I'm reminded one of my teacher's sayings, or their sayings, two teachers, is what's in the way is the way. So hands frame that right leg. Reaching the ribs forward. So like when I notice that I'm not breathing, it's like, well, what's in the way? That's the way. It's not really the path of least resistance. It's what's in the way. Reaching the ribs forward, dragging shoulders down. Pulling belly in and up. Pressing left hip down. And then walk your hands back up. Excuse me, stretch your legs out in front. You can give them a little wiggle or a shake. And we're gonna do abs. If you don't have a block, grab something. We're gonna be pressing. So I'm gonna lay down, you guys can peek at this. We're gonna do the one where the hand's on the thigh. We're gonna cross. If you have a big thing, you can have it on the forearm. I actually have a block, just showing you with that like paper towel roll. Some leg up stuff. And we're gonna also do, for some of you, a little tree abs. It's called Braga. I'm sure you've all seen it. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Legs straight up over the hips, roll out the ankles. Point and flex, point and flex. And then set your feet down. We'll start slow. We'll keep the head down. On the hold of the breath, you'll lift your leg. You're just going to lift so that the knee is stacked above the hips, pulling belly down. So take your arms out to the side, somewhere comfortable. And just breathe now, get a breath, just feeling the difference of laying on your back. Maybe it's easier to access the upper back. So pressing the breath into the mat. And exhale, anchor through both feet. And then another inhale, flaring out the ribs. Big inhale, keep inhaling, keep inhaling. Hold the breath, pause. Lift the left knee so it's above the hip, and then exhale. Anchor down through right foot and pull the belly away from the thigh. And then set the left foot down, inhale. More inhale, inhale. Hold the breath. Lift the right foot up off the mat, and then exhale. Anchor down through left foot, pull the belly away from right thigh. And then set the right foot down, inhale. And tuck the chin slightly. Keep inhaling, keep inhaling. Hold the breath. Lift the left foot. Exhale, pull the belly down. And set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath. Lift the right foot. Exhale, anchor left foot down, pull belly down. So we're going to add hands to the thigh. Set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the left foot, and then left hand, left thigh. Exhale, hand into thigh, pull the belly down. Pull the belly down, pull the ribs down, pull everything down. Set the left foot down now, inhale. Hold your breath, lift the right foot, right hand, right thigh, exhale. Pull the ribs in towards your mat, towards the spine. Pull the belly away from right thigh. Anchor left foot. So these are some new abs, probably for you, Penny. Set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the left foot, left hand, left thigh, pull the belly down. If you want to get a little deeper, you can even take your opposite, whatever hand is free, onto the belly and feel it pull down away from the thigh. And then set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the right foot, right hand, right foot, pull the belly down. So we're working the transverse abdominal muscles, pulling the belly down. Set the right foot down. Inhale, we're going to do a little cross now. So inhale, hold breath, lift left foot. Now right hand, left thigh. So this is more the obliques, the sides of the body, hand into thigh. Pull the belly muscles down. Set the left foot down, inhale. So those transverse abs are into your back. Inhale, hold the breath, lift the right foot, left hand, right thigh. Exhale, pull the belly down. See where in your core you can feel this. Okay, set the right foot down. Now lift both feet up, both knees stacked above the hips. So we're going to do a very similar thing here, but the foot that your hand is not on, you're going to either just internally rotate it, or you're going to internally rotate it and drop it down, heel down. Okay, so hands can start on the thighs, inhale. Hold the breath, press the left hand into the left thigh, exhale, pull the belly down. So you can internally rotate that right thigh. How about just that? Just internally rotate, pull the belly down. Okay, undo that internal rotation, inhale. Hold the breath. Internally rotate left thigh, right hand, right thigh, pull the belly down. And then undo that rotation with the left. Inhale. We're going to do 2 more of these on each side. Hold the breath, left hand, left thigh, internally rotate the right thigh and pull the belly down. So getting a little deeper into hips and thigh. Undo the internal rotation, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, right hand, right thigh, internally rotate, left thigh, pull the belly down. Okay, undo that. Just a break, legs straight up. You can squeeze the knees in towards armpits. And then knees stacked above the hips. We'll do a little more traditional, which is more the front line of the body, so that we kind of warmed up the sides and the back. You can keep your head down, but still clasp your hands behind the head and the neck and reach the elbows up so you're still wrapping the shoulders. You do not need a block. A block helps me to use my inner thighs and aids my knees. My knees feel better when I do this. You do not need a block. Hands clasped behind the head and the neck. Now a big inhale, holding the breath, the top. While you're holding your breath, press your sacrum down. Exhale, left leg up. Last third of the exhale, lift head and shoulders if you are. Pull the belly muscles down. And then keep your head and shoulders up. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press the sacrum down and then exhale, right leg straight up. Pull the belly muscles down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press the sacrum down, exhale, left leg up, lift the elbows a little towards the right thigh, right elbow, shoulder lifts, pull the belly down. Bend the left knee, inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Hold the breath, press the sacrum down, exhale, right leg straight up, both elbows towards the left thigh. Lift the left shoulder blade, pull the belly down. And then head and shoulders back to center, lower your head down. We're gonna do another one, inhale. Hold the breath, press the sacrum down, exhale, right leg straight up, and then last third of the exhale, lift head and shoulders. Reach your right heel up. Press the left foot forward another inch, pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the sacrum down, exhale, left leg up, reach the heel up so you can flex the foot. And then right foot moves another inch forward, pull the belly down. Bend the left knee, lower your head down. Cross your left thigh over your right. You can stay here with the feet set down or lift the right foot up off the mat. Hands come to the tops of the thigh. So a little bit of twisted root abs with that traction of the thighs away from the low belly. Inhale. As you exhale, press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Pull the belly down, pull the ribs down. And then that's it. So undo, do the other way, right over left. You can change your hands, whichever one was on top. Inhale, close your eyes, tuck your chin. And as you exhale, press your hands into the thighs and then compress your core, like ribs in, side ribs in, pull the belly down. And then undo your legs. Come straight up over the hips. Then bend your knees. We're going to do Braga now. It's like a reclined tree pose. So you can just do that with the head down. So the foot will traction the thigh up. Okay, otherwise hands clasped behind the head and the neck. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up. Hold the breath, press low back down, exhale, right leg straight up, reach the heel up. And then another breath, left hand grabs the left ankle, sets it into the right thigh. You can keep your hand there. Exhale, drag the thigh up with the foot, lift the right elbow, and then let your head fall into your hands. And then bend both knees, stack them up over the hips. Inhale. Hold the breath, press the sacrum down. Exhale, left leg straight up. Right hand, right ankle. Press the foot into the inner thigh and then lift the left elbow up higher. So the foot's dragging the thigh up, pull belly down. And then bend both knees over the hips. Inhale. Hold your breath, press low back down. Exhale, right leg straight. Left hand, left foot, inhale again. If your foot's stable there, you can bring both hands back behind the head and the neck. And then bend both knees, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale, left leg straight up. Right hand, left inner thigh. Exhale, drag the thigh up using the foot. Pull the belly muscles down. Do 2 more, either one each side or 2 on your tighter side. Maybe you want to lower your head and just do your legs for these last 2. Or amp it up. So amping it up maybe by hands behind, both hands behind head and neck. Exhale, tongue out, last one. Lower down, let your knees fall together. We're going to come into bridge. Now, I don't know if you guys all have some kind of a device to set underneath your sacrum. So if you don't have anything, any kind of block, you're going to do like bridge halfway up and then pulse, pulse. So that would be pulsing up. If you have a block or a foam roller or some other contraption that you want to bring under your sacrum, you can do that. So a lot of times you guys just come into bridge, active through the feet, breathing into the ribs, curling pubic bone and navel, and pressing hips up. So a cue that I give a lot is kind of this 4 directions of the ribs reaching back towards the face. But don't focus so much on that today, more having the ribs sort of in a line with the body instead of arcing them back towards the face, and more thinking of the thighs and the hips opening up. So I have a tendency to avoid the hips, especially this left hip. So I can even kind of exaggerate everything around it. So again, what's in the way is the way. So if you have some block-like thing, you can bring it underneath the sacrum. We're going to go about 6 more breaths. You can be pulsing, pubic bone to navel, hips up. If you have a block, you can do leg variations. So instead of reaching the ribs back, trying to soften the ribs, and press down through the feet. Imagine dragging the thighs forward towards the knees. And then breathing into the back of the neck. So about 3 more breaths now. With the last 2 breaths, breathe what's in the way away. Even if you're just softening this sort of shell around it, all the layers of an onion or all the layers really of an egg. And then to come out, inhale, lift up off the surface if you have it, upper back, mid back, low back. Let your knees fall together. And before we come up, do a traction. You have your hands on the tops of the thighs, pressing the thighs away from you. And you can play here if you want to do an Uddiyana or pelvic pulses. I'm going for what's in the way, so I'm pressing way more through my left hand. And even feeling for that part of the belly I was pulling down in abs, getting my breath in there at all. It's like coaxing, coaxing, coaxing. Come on, breath. Patient like you would be with an animal or a toddler. Like it wasn't necessarily listening, but I'm stopping. Good job. Come out of that pose by rolling onto a side, pick a side, press up to seated. So we're going to do dolphin. And Penny, I'm not sure if you have something that you could squeeze. You could do unlocking the shoulders with both arms. So if you have a pillow about that size, so you're warming up the shoulders. You could also, Helen, do it with your knees down the whole time. Nice. I see we got somebody else. Okay, forearms down. And measure out, grab your right hand and reach for your left arm. You want to be able to grab it so the elbows aren't too far out. And then take the forearms down. And then push them out away with the forearms. Puff up your upper back. So Helen, you could stay down on your knees or curl the toes underneath and come into a dolphin. So stay really active through the hands, through the palms. And let your neck go. So the neck is relaxed. You can bend your knees. Bend one knee at a time. And you're trying to put a little bit more weight in the forearms. So walk your feet a little closer to your arms. So you're not quite such a wide V. You're like a little sharper V. Pressing down through the forearms to shift the hips up. You want to do leg variations. You can reach the leg straight back, flexing the foot, just playing around about 3 more breaths, 4 more breaths. Keep with your breath. So if you've stopped breathing, take note. Okay, when I do this, take note and then let it go. So you're not holding on to that, you're just taking note. Okay, I'll work on that. Go ahead and lower down. Sit back on your heels. Either child's or embryo. Embryo, the feet are together, the knees are together, and the hands go back behind you. So, little ball. Or child's pose, knees are wide, feet together, arms out in front. Maybe do both. Lots of maybes today. I find that child's pose, I can really access this area of the back, the low back, kind of where we stretch that QL, attaching the hip bone to the low ribs. And if you've got a belly, move it out of the way. And bring your torso back up before we come into standing poses. You do some cat and cows, the usual way where you exhale and round, and then inhale, let your belly sink down like you're an old horse. You got a really nice comfortable seat there. And then push the mat away from you, exhale, look in towards your belly. And you can wiggle out your tail. You could also come up to standing penny and do what we're going to do next in standing. Okay, so we're going to do what we've done the last couple weeks where we reverse cat and cow. And the way we're going to find our area is come into the cow part. And then think about an area of your back that feels compressed. So maybe even exaggerate your cow until you feel something. And then take your hand, if you have the balance, and to that spot. That's your spot. So I feel it kind of low back left. Now we're going to reverse cat and cow, where we exhale and press up. Exhale and press it down. Trying to fine tune that area. So Penny, if you're standing, you would kind of just be moving in standing, or you can even come into a warrior one. So everyone else, you're on your hands and knees here. Wiggle out your hips, go for a couple more rotations. So instead of you're inhaling and pressing that area up towards the ceiling, and exhaling, just let it kind of sink down. And then one more, really subtle. And then come into a normal cat and cow, see about if you shifted anything. So exaggerate the cow part. Okay, curl the toes underneath, press into a downward dog. Walk up to your hands. And take your feet wider than your hips, maybe as wide as the mat, bend the knees and come into a forward fold. Again, if you have a belly, you can kind of move it down. And then shift your weight into your heels, lift the toes. Let your neck go, and then pull your shoulders up away from the ears. And then get a slow roll up, Helen. You come up with a straight back. You can keep your knees bent. Reach your arms all the way up. Press your hips a little forward. And then hands to your chest. Come up to the top of your mat. And close your eyes again. Just start breathing. We'll be doing different things at this point. So warrior ones for Helen, maybe you too, Dawn. So hands to your chest in prayer. Nice. Nice job, Zara. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Bend your knees, pull your belly in and fold. And then hands on the shins, straighten your back now like you're making an L. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. So we're using the breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold right back in. Inhale, make an L. Exhale, fold. Activate the feet, press down as you come up. And then exhale, pull the belly in and fold. Inhale, make an L. And then some of you right foot back, warrior one, others right foot back, right knee down. So into a low lunge. That front foot is far enough forward that you can dip your hips in. And then playing around a little bit if there's something you like to do. Keep down, maybe even lounge lunge. In a warrior one, you can straighten the front knee and kind of square your hips. And then if you're in that low lunge, come up, hands on the thigh. Even backing up the foot so you're a little bit more upright, 90-degree angle. Hands on the thighs if you're in warrior one. You're just hands on your hips. Okay, inhale. As you exhale, curl the pubic bone and navel, drag the thigh forward. So if you're in warrior one, and then inhale again, we'll do 3 more pelvic pulses. You can have a hand on the belly, hand on the low back, or that thigh. And before coming up, bring your arms up, warrior one, arms up. Strongest expression of the pose. And then hands down, step back into a downward dog, and we'll lower, or you can step up, those of you avoiding coming down. So downward dog, plank. If you're not coming down, then do a standing back bend or standing chest lift. Hands come out in front, drag the ribs forward, and lower down, press back. And if you're standing, left foot back. If you're lunging, right foot forward. So on this side, just kind of wiggling, playing around. You can even back up your hips like you're in a half splits. Warrior one people, you're just straightening the front knee. Maybe feeling that internal rotation of the back leg. And then bring your torso up, right foot stacked under the right knee. Hands on the thigh. 2 times exhaling with 3 sacral pulses. And again, if you're on warrior one, you can have your hands on your hips or hands and belly low back. And bringing your arms up for that full expression. Dipping the hips in towards the heel or the strongest press down of your feet in warrior one. And then hands down, back foot steps up, forward fold. You could stay here, Helen, if your knee is down. Just stay there, Helen. Step up your left foot, Charlotte. Zara, inhale, arms up. And pull the belly in. And then step your left foot back, left knee down. And arms up. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank, where you're stepping up for a standing back bend. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Low cobra. Lower down, press back. Left leg forward, right knee down, low lunge if you're doing it, or warrior one. Hands down, back foot steps up. Forward fold, we're doing a little movement. Arms up. Move the lip, pull the belly in, fold. Right foot back. Right knee down, arms up. Hands down, high plank, lower the knees, modified lowering. Arms out in front, drag the ribs forward. Lower down. Press back. And wiggle out your hips. Right foot forward, left knee down. Step up. Come into a fold. Inhale, swoop your arms up, and then exhale into chair pose. Imagine like you're sitting down in a chair. Get as low as you can. Spread through those fingers, Zarzar. Pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, left leg back for warrior two. Warrior two, arms out to the sides. Do a round of kite hop. Rotate your palms down, back, up and around. And have your palms face back, down, forward, up towards the ceiling. Pinkies up. And then rotate again, rounding the shoulders forward. And then arms come out to the sides, reverse warrior, starting with taking the right hand up and then side bending to the left. Left hand can be on the hip or on the thigh. Lifting up and out of both hips, that right hip. Active through both feet. And then if you lost your breath, imagine that violet light. That iris, bright brilliance in your body emanating out. Come back into warrior two. Extended side angle, hinge to the right, right forearm on the right thigh. Left arm just straight up over the shoulder. You can have it on your hip as well. Or do those 3 sacral pulses with or without your hand there. Right ear, right shoulder, inhale, and then just sigh. And then lower your left hand down, hands down. Step back, high plank. Lower onto your knees and then lower. And you're stepping up there, Penny. You're going to clasp your hands behind your back. So in Cobra, clasp your hands behind your back. And take the shoulder blades together. And then inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, reach your thighs back, more than up, back. Inhale, open up your ankles about 6 inches, and then exhale, squeeze the ankles together, lift chest higher. And then lower down, downward dog. Left leg forward for warrior two. Taking a moment with your eyes closed to feel this side. All the little differences, the things lighting up. And arms out for kite hop. Palms back, up, around, nice, Charlotte. Round the shoulders forward, and then palms back, down, forward, up. Lift up with the ribs and the chest. One more full rotation. Pull your belly in. And then arms back out. Reverse the warrior. Take your left arm up. Get a really side bend to the right. The right hand can be on the thigh or on the hip. The right ear, right shoulder. So what's in the way is the way. Where is your body kind of resisting here? Can you take next 3 breaths to gift it that oxygen and that attention? And coming back into warrior two. Hinge to the left forearm on the left thigh, right arm straight up over the shoulder. And again, notice when you stop breathing or you stagger, you start to like suffer. So suffer free, struggle free. Coming out of the pose if it's too intense. You hear click, click, clicking, kind of ease out. Lengthen those left ribs down the left leg. And then take the right hand down, pivot to face the front of the mat for high plank. High plank, lower the knees. As you lower, keep pulling the shoulders back away from the ears. Clasp your hands back behind you again. Reach the shoulders together like a shoulder shrug and drag them towards the waist. Reach your thighs back. And then inhale, open up your ankles about a foot. Exhale, squeeze ankles together, lift the chest higher. And do that again. Inhale, lower about halfway, open up ankles. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together, lift the chest. And exhale, lower down, hands below shoulders. Press back, downward dog. And then we're gonna come into either warrior one or maybe just me and Charlotte high lunge. So left leg straight back. So it's like a runner's lunge, but our bodies will be up. Left leg forward. So one way to come into it is come into a warrior one. And then back up your right foot. I'm just gonna adjust the camera a little. So it's like a runner's lunge. So that right heel is high. High lunge. I'm coming into shoulder shrugs with goalpost arms, inhale. Hold your breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together as you drag down. And then again, inhale, elbows in line with shoulders. Hold your breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, drag down. And hands come forward, standing splits. So launch that right leg, straight back and up. You can bend the right knee, left hand reaching for the right foot. Reaching the right knee up more than back. And lengthening down that left leg, get space in that left hip. Releasing the right foot, setting it down for pyramid. Left knee is straight. Widen your stance. And then take your left hand and the left and press the left hip back. And reach the left ribs forward. So we're not going to go all the way into a twist, but you can start to think of spiraling the right ribs down. And then exhale into Uddiyana. Pull the belly in and up, keep tractioning as you hold. Bend the left knee, high plank, lowering down. Boat with shoulder shrugs. Do the standing and penny. Kind of squeeze your butt cheeks and press your hips forward. So come into goalpost arms. I sometimes like to have my elbows up but my hands down and kind of walk back. Or lifting the palms. So inhale, lift the palms, the chest. Exhale, reach thighs back. Inhale, broaden upper back. Hold the breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze down the spine. Another one, inhale, elbows in line with shoulders. And then shoulder shrug. Hands down. Press back into downward dog. Right leg forward. High lunge or warrior one. I sometimes have to get into a warrior one to get into my high lunge. So left foot back, heel stacked above the balls of the toes. You can even bend the back knee. So this is really tight for me. This is that stuck side. So when I bend the knee, curling pubic bone and navel, it opens it up even more. So I'm following that. Arms up. We're going to do the 3-part shoulder shrug. So drop your arms down. Inhale, hold your breath. Take the shoulders straight up, straight back. Exhale, squeeze down the spine. And then inhale, just have your arms at neutral. Exhale, go straight back. And then drag down. And then elbows come in for the lowest part of the tips of the shoulder blades to squeeze in. Dragging down slightly, pulling belly back. And then bring your arms up. Sinking, settling into the pose before standing splits. And then hands down, launching that left leg backing up. So you can go for balance. Reaching one hand at a time to the back of the calf or harvesting the quad garden. Right hand reaching for the left foot. And then reaching that left knee up towards the ceiling. About 3 more breaths. Your violet light, the energy you're creating in the pose makes more of a brilliance in your aura around you, or however you think of your energy. Releasing the foot, stepping the left foot back for pyramid, straightening the right knee, bumping right hip back. You can widen your stance, meaning taking the right foot more to the right, left foot more to the left. And then right thumb into that right hip crease. Press the right hip back. Reaching the ribs forward. And then feel that slight rotation. Get a little timer to know where we're at. Slight rotation of left ribs underneath the right. We're gonna Uddiyana here and then come down. Penny, you could do a figure 4 on your back. You could come down onto your back. And have a chair closed. You could do legs up the chair. Exhale, Uddiyana. Pull belly in and up. Releasing belly, then the breath, hands down. Last one here, downward dog. Shift forward, high plank. So some of us are going to do pigeon, others figure 4. Last one, low cobra. And downward dog, right leg straight back and up. Right leg forward for pigeon, or lower your knees down and lay down on your back for figure 4. Just check in with your breath. I feel mine is bigger, broader, not in a way that's exhausting, but in a way that's filling up my core more. Like it's freer to cause or to create movement than it was an hour ago. So if you're in pigeon, you can back up your torso and we're going to twist towards the thigh. So framing the right knee. And then come all the way onto the right hip for twisting pigeon towards the foot. And with figure 4, you're varying the heel from the butt. So twisting pigeon towards the foot, the left knee can bend, reaching the ribs towards the right foot, or elbow into the arch. You got what figure 4 is, Helen? You could do that as well. And Helen, why don't you come out? Helen, take your right knee more to the right and lift your left foot more. So you're kind of a lot like this. Yeah, so bring it up a bit more. It's like the shin is in line with the top of the mat, and then maybe the back foot needs to bend more. There, yeah. Now frame the foot and just lean towards the foot. So you can bend that back knee a lot. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. If you don't wanna come into a downward dog, you can just swing your left leg around. Or downward dog, reaching the right leg straight back and up for a 3-legged dog. You can bend the knee, open up the hip if you like doing that. Even doing a little cross. If you're in a downward dog, take your right foot and reach it to the left. And then lower it down. Left leg straight back and up. And we'll do that on this side if you did it. So left foot, you can reach it to the left. And reach the leg straight back, bend the knee. As we'll come onto our backs after this side. Rolling out the knee, the hip. And coming into pigeon on the other side. In figure 4, there's 3 different leg positions, foot positions. I'll show that on this side. So starting with pigeon. Or figure 4, if you're doing pigeon, you can stay in pigeon. So that's 3 foot positions, the heels close to the butt, 90 degrees, and then not straight. Kind of like somewhere between straight and 90. Advanced practitioners might find that one little degree where you can really access the hip, the butt. So if you're in pigeon, we're going to twist towards the thigh. So you can walk your torso up and to the left. Big breath into low back, mid ribs. And then come all the way on the left hip for twisting pigeon towards the foot. So you can bend the back knee, but have that front shin parallel with the top of the mat. Framing the foot or elbow into the arch. So when you find what's in the way, help clear it by thinking of that violet light of all of the compliments you've ever received, being meant for you, universe's gift for you to give you the energy to then turn around and give more. It's like a pyramid scheme. You give love, and the more people you give love to, the higher you get. Except it's love in the end, not $1 million. which I'd rather have. Can't take it away from you. Bring your torso back up. Swing your right leg around. You could do a shoelace here. Right leg crossed over the left. Do some leg position that feels good. Maybe it's just stretching them out in front. Shoelace people will twist towards the foot. Reach your right arm up. And then twist to the left. And if you're not in a shoelace, even in a cross-legged, just twist to the left. Another Uddiyana. Exhaling to empty, pulling belly in and up. And then reaching the right hip down. Releasing belly, then the breath. Hands on tops of the thighs, traction down, lift your ribs up. And switch out your legs. And even if you're just in a cross-legged position, switch so you're non-habitual. Reach your left arm up. Twist towards the foot. Reaching the left hip down. What's in the way is the way. Uddiyana. Releasing belly, then breath. Stretch your legs out in front. A little wiggle jiggle of your thighs. And before Shavasana, just come back into either Baddha Konasana or cross-legged, even if you just were in it. Hands can rest on the ankles or the shins. That feels like a nice, or Helen, you can even grab that. Yeah, and then lean back. Grab your shins. Roll around, little cat and cow around and wiggle. Close your eyes. You can take your hands to prayer. Think about one thing that you just did or heard or felt that you'd like to feel again. Feel again later or tomorrow or next week. Think about that feeling or that idea of not letting your compliments go to waste. Next time you get one, really letting it in. I know, or for me, that's really hard. I want to smile and laugh and go, oh, it's okay. But that's wasting. Wasting a gift somebody intended for me and the universe intended for me. Use your hands to help the thighs together. Laying down on your back. Legs up the chair. You'd be kind of like knees bent in abs. And then they rest on a chair. If you have a wall and can do legs up the wall, great for blood pressure, for circulation, even, that heat. My feet were kind of puffy. So water retention. Even thinking of the lymph, we have this full body system without natural pumps. So we have to jump for every walk. That ground force reaction moves things within us that can get kind of stuck and staggered, just like anything else. Our breath or our kitchen sink needs maintenance. If you put too much cloggy stuff down your sink without it being digested or mashed, it'll clog and you have to go and take those steps to clear it. Or you can make sure that everything that goes down is either mashed enough or fluid enough. So thinking about that as you intake things, the best way to keep the channels open, whether that's breath channels or blood channels or lymph channels or motion channels or electrical or electric or chemical and electric beings. So just settle in all that. And coming back into your breath, maybe even quieting your breath and seeing how still you can feel with your breath. And then a sigh. And amping up your breath. Filling more creaks and crevices with your breath. Every time settling, like bones settling in a little bit more to softness. You can that which is sacred in me honors that which is sacred in each of you. Namaste. No rush to turn off your Zoom or anything. Just stay there. I'm going to play our 5 minute and 45.
80% connected to what?
Minute 45-second song. This is a really important part of yoga. Is this final resting pose of calm, stillness, just you, just breath. Helen, how is that volume? Put up a thumb, up or down. Okay. Got it. It's not following directions, I said a thumb. Just kidding.